changed over time on the actual numbers that we report in. So it's our recommendation. Well, there's no recommendation. We just want to make sure that you have this in front of you. It's a requirement that we submit this to ACCJC. Of course, this piggybacks on top of a really wonderful accreditation visit that we had a couple months ago. We're waiting to hear back from ACCJC in June with their formal decision on accreditation. But another really good report that we're submitting. Proud to see some of the numbers that we have and continue to work towards. I would like to add to this that as of this morning, I got news that our nursing program had the highest passage rate for the NCLEX, which is really good. So that's the licensure exam for nursing was at 95.6% this year. So just across the board, doing really well, and proud of our institution, and I think you should be as well.
That's great. I did look at this, and I like that they say, like, what is the stretch goal? And I'm glad that the stretch goal is not what we're already doing. And so I'm glad to see that. Okay, any other questions or comments on this report? All right, well, thank you, President Kelly. At this point, we're on to different kind of reports, 12A board member reports. So I will start off with Student Trustee Cowie.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about ASMC too, but as I mentioned earlier, we did have two students, our president and our senator of Area 3, go to the SSCCC General, I'm trying to think. It was a conference, but assembly, there was a word, couldn't find it. But they went and they voted on the new officers as well as the resolutions, and they had a very good report to bring back to us, and they talked about how they learned so much and the workshops, the programs that other schools offer. So if you guys want to pick their brains or hear what they have to say about it, I can reach out to me and I can give you their information. Also, they wanted me to remind you guys our Blue Devil Day is May 10th from 12 to 4, just so students can come in between class and stuff. That's pretty much it, to be honest. Yeah, thank you.
Blue Devil Day, May 10th from 12 to 4. And so, as to that report, I think our VP of Student Services might be interested in hearing about all the cool stuff, or can we coordinate that?
Maybe monthly, so yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of value to the stuff that they learn, because I think not only does it make them proud that they're getting a good value at Merced College, but bringing back new ideas is a big deal. So I'm glad that you guys are already meeting, because that's how we know about stuff that serves. Good, thank you. Trustee Pedroza.
I just wanted to thank our Los Banos campus for hosting today. It's always a pleasure to come out here and see the changes that are out and about and becoming. I can't wait to look at the new child care facility and all that. And other than that, I'm really looking forward to April 25th for the foundation dinner or lunch with the Durans. I think that's really exciting. And with that, I'm done.
All right, thank you. Student Trustee Benson. I mean, elected trustee Benson.
Yeah, now I need to regather my train of thought. Those of you that got to see the Walnut Hills, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, super cool to see. I also got to see it pass by my office where I was working. The entire community came out to drive the truck, which was so cool to see. So hopefully you guys got to see it on campus as well. I think that was an honor that we got to host that. yeah, lots of fun stuff happening here in the Las Vegas campus, and I always like coming to LB too. It's a special place in my heart as well, and I attended classes here too, so it's fun to see the changes since then. And yeah, lots of fun stuff coming up, so keep up the good work.
All right, thank you for that. Trustee Ochoa?
Yeah, thank you, President Ramirez. Yeah, same thing. A lot of it's been said. I really enjoy driving up to LB and on campus. I love seeing the energy and I love seeing the activity here. I love seeing students on campus. And I always enjoy Dee Moran's report. Her and her team are doing a fantastic job here in LB. And I'm gonna support everything that they do here. I'm looking forward to Trustee Gutierrez's keynote speech at graduation, the ribbon cutting, and also the State of the College address.
Great, thank you. Trustee Chappelle?
Well, I attended the CASA fundraising event, and that was hugely successful, it looked. I sat with Joe over there and Lewis, and they both have shaved heads. They looked really good together. We had a great time, and then Dee was there, and they all had their spouses there, which I never get to see the spouses. So you two have wonderful wives, and your husband is really a nice man. He sat by me and told me all about works from home on computers, and it was wonderful till the dueling pianos started, and they were so loud that our table said 9 o'clock was it, and we all got up and left. But they were too loud for us. But CASA made out like bandits. They made a lot of money. It was great for them, and I was so proud to represent Merced College there. I used to be an advocate, so I can truly support those people that take on a child. And we all donated our money, so it was a great event. And then I did have a little pre-tour of the Child Development Center, and it's beautiful. It's like all new equipment. You would want your baby to sleep in that crib. It's so beautiful. They have cribs with see-through panels on the sides so that you can see the baby from all points of view. I love that. And the most Cadillac of rocking chairs that you've ever seen. And it's all piled in the room, and this poor man is trying to put it all together. You know how you have to put furniture all together? What a job. But the grass is so green, we couldn't decide if it was real grass or not real grass.
It's real.
That's real grass? It's beautiful. And then it's gonna really change accessibility for young mothers to have a place where they can run out and see their babies in between classes. So I'm very proud of the Las Vegas campus that we got it together. But it just warmed my heart to see the classrooms. We did good.
What a nice report. Thank you. Trustee Chappelle? Trustee Gutierrez?
Well, you got me excited because I haven't seen it yet, and you know, I think I'm just going to go out and try to have a baby so I can have him sit and go through. Yeah, kind of late for that. Anyways, I just wanted to tell Dean Moran that the college looks awesome, the campus looks awesome. If you can express our gratitude to everybody that works to maintain the campus and all the staff that's here. I appreciate all they do. I'm honored to be the keynote speaker this year for our second annual commencement following the large shoes that Dr. Spivak left as the first commencement speaker. So I'll try to do my best, and I'm starting to get nervous now, Ernie. The pressure's on. excited about the State of the College coming up, so can't wait to be there for that event. And that's basically it. Everybody have a good spring. We got a little bit of sun, and then I think we got some more rain coming. And that's the way it is.
All right, thank you. Trustee Mendoza?
Now you can say student trustee.
Student, well, I can say student and trustee.
I just want to report that I'm going to the beer fest. You're all invited to go along with me. Just kidding, nothing to report at this time.
All right. Well, I'll say that even though it's all been said, that's not going to stop me from repeating it. I went to the Wall That Heals, and I don't have any name on there that I was particularly there to see, but it made me so emotional and so sad to see the names. I'd never seen it, and each one of those names, I mean, they were little, but each one of those was a life that had been stopped. You know, I imagined a mom, you know, missing her son and all those lives of what it could have been, and teared up now. I was tearing up there. And one of the volunteers said that she tours the state acting as a volunteer for this wall, and she said that the ground feels differently wherever the wall is. She's like, if you're standing here on a Monday and it's just open grass, it's beautiful and it's nice, but when the wall's here, the ground feels different, and it did. And so it was very special, you know, that it was there. I didn't know about it, I never experienced anything like that, but it was moving. So, and that was wonderful. I'm excited about state of the college. What a cool thing. My law office is close to downtown, and so I do get a chance to pop in. Sometimes I see, Ms. Dawson, I see my friend Mr. Escobar. I just kind of pop in, and it always looks good, but now it looks extra good. So I'm looking forward to seeing that and honoring Dr. Duran and Mrs. Rosemary Parga Duran later this month. And just Los Baños, I mean, we come here and every time it feels fresh and exciting, and it's just such a great campus. Like I said, it's like a campus on a continuous upswing. So good job on that. So, and thank you for hosting us. That's all I have. So now we'll go to Superintendent President report.
Thank you. I'll keep it brief. Did want to bring your attention to some advocacy we've been working on. VP Cunningham and I have met with several legislators and decision makers and influencers related to proposed Senate Bill 895 and Assembly Bill 2140. They're both bills that would support a pilot for baccalaureate degrees in nursing at community colleges next year. So Senator Roth is taking a bill through the Senate, and Assemblywoman Soria is taking a bill through the Assembly. So we've been working really hard with both offices to advocate for Merced College. Right now, the Senator's bill requires a national accreditation. Most of our nursing programs within the state don't have national accreditation because we're accredited by the state board. And frankly, when you're accredited by the state board, you're already impacted. All of your students are getting jobs upon completion of the program. There really hasn't been a reason for us to get the national accreditation. So one of the things we've asked Senator Roth's office is to consider an amendment that if we want to require national accreditation, then at least change the language a bit to require that colleges are committed to getting the national accreditation, because we'll all qualify. Anyone that applies for it, our programs will qualify for national accreditation. So that's one of the things we're working on. That particular bill has been stalled in the Education Committee for another 2 weeks. It was supposed to be voted on yesterday. The senator pulled it because of major pushback from the CSUs. They, of course, don't want the community colleges offering baccalaureate degrees, but there's a big unmet need in this area, and that's why both the senator and the Assemblywoman are taking these through their respective processes. Assemblywoman Soria has been wonderful in asking for our input on criteria. We've been assisting her office with proposed language for that. And Senator Caballero is the co-author for Senator Roth's bill. And we met with her again on Friday, and she fully understands the need for the amendment and assured us that she'll work directly with the senator on the suggested language. So just wanted to keep you updated on the advocacy and the policies that are going through. And of course, Trustee Ramirez and I get a full briefing on all the different bills that are going through the state. And at our board retreat, I'll have a list of those bills and make sure you have that education that you need. And we can talk about some of those that can impact Merced College and our processes and procedures. On that note, the board retreat is scheduled for next month. Specifically, the dates are May 13th and 14th. Typically, we have about a day and a half of information to cover. You've given me direction on the subjects, so we're working on that. One of the things that we will need to decide, and I can work directly with President Ramirez, is usually you have your regular board meeting directly after the retreat. So according to what time the retreat date or time ends that Tuesday morning may influence what time she schedules the actual regular board meeting. So as long as everyone's understanding of that, once we get it done, that way you don't, if for example, once you put the schedule together, which I'll send to her the next couple of days, if it ends at 11, I don't think you want to wait another 3 hours for your regular board meeting, but I'll work with President Ramirez on that and communicate that directly with you all, unless there's any objections to that. Okay. And then the last two things I want to mention, State of the College, April 25th, we are honoring Dr. Duran. Typically, the Board of Trustees buy a table as a group, and hoping that you all will do that again. You can work directly with Jill's office on securing your table, and then we can go from there. But it's going to be a great event. We've already gotten a lot of positive RSVPs, and looking forward to honoring Ben as well. And then last but not least, we do have lots of celebrations and commencement ceremonies coming up, and so make sure you look on your events and calendar, activities calendar. There's several different award ceremonies, graduations, receptions, and so as always, we'd love to have our trustees at those as we celebrate. If you would just let us know in advance, because I want to make sure you get recognized at those events. That's something that our students really appreciate, knowing that their trustees are there supporting them. And so if you'd let me or Crystal know if you're going to any of those, and we'll make sure that the organizer knows, and I'm usually at most of them as well. And then I did want to mention, of course, we have Trustee Gutierrez as our keynote speaker here in Los Banos. And for our Merced ceremony, Trustee Ramirez is actually personal friends with recently appointed United States Circuit Judge for the Ninth Circuit, Ana Isabel de Alba. And she was able to connect us with her shortly after she was appointed. And it's a big deal. The Ninth Circuit Court, I mean, it's really a step away from being on the Supreme Court. So we're very honored to have her, and a huge thank you to President Ramirez for, she didn't send her an email, she texted her personal email, or texted her personal phone and said, will you do this? And it was within a minute or two that she confirmed that she would do it. So thank you for doing that, and it's going to be a real treat for our students to have, yes, and she has, she took some classes here with us, but her parents and extended family are graduated with us as well. So it's going to be really exciting to have her in attendance. So with that, I'll conclude my report.
What's this thing called, the Hub?
Oh, the Hub is our diversity center. And so we opened the Diversity Center a couple years ago. You may have seen the beautiful mural. You've been in there before, but we hold a lot of events and ceremonies in there. It used to be the SSTC when it was really small, in the student union. So it's behind the Veterans Center. Just come to my office, I'll walk you over there.
All right.
Very good.
All right, thank you, President Mattelli, for your report. Agenda item 13, future discussion items. Are there any? Yeah. Trustee Mendoza.
Yes, no.
I just have to say a couple of things. I'm gonna, as a student, I wanted to see, I know that we're doing a lot of remodeling at Merced campus. And one of the things I noticed is that I'm taking biology in the lab, and it's very uncomfortable to be sitting on some of those chairs for 3 hours, man. It's just like sitting on one of those, yeah. And the desks are very low. I'm a tall guy. I mean, I can't really sit down on them. If I'm having trouble, some of the students I know definitely will. The kid next to me is way taller than me, so we have trouble. So I just wanted to see if there's any plans in the future of remodeling some of the labs. As well as some of the lectures, I'm taking history. Some of the seating is, I feel like I'm being discriminated. Is that fair? I mean, I don't know if you could upgrade just a little bit. And one more thing, bathrooms. When I go into the bathrooms, I look at them and I wonder, man, are these low riders? Because they're very low. And I just look and I say to myself, man, am I going to use one of my AAA cards to come and take one of my calls to come and pick me up? Because I can't. So I just want to see, instead of being too low, you can just put them a little higher.
I don't know what kind of future agenda item that is. Chris, what do you call that?
I mean, it's because everybody, there's a need to remodel some of these bathrooms.
Yeah, no, the bathrooms were not a part of the remodel of the 2002 bond. Actually, at the retreat, we'll be talking about a bond. All of those are going to be related to if we have funding for facilities. It's going to require funding, so just as a point of reference, and we can talk more about it at the retreat, the biology labs were part of the remodel from the 2002 bond. The bathrooms, for whatever reason, we'll blame Dr. Spivak, weren't remodeled as a part of that. So, and so you'll have to take that up with him after the meeting. No, but they stretched the dollars as far as they could with that, but we are out of facility funds. And so that's why at your retreat, it's already agendized to talk about the bond, and we can talk about some of those issues there.
Okay. And one more thing. I know we have the multicultural, is it next month that will be happening?
We had the multicultural celebration back in February.
Oh, was it February?
Yeah, February, right? Yeah, yeah. And then we'll have it again next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that being said.
All right. Any other future agenda items? On the side? No? No? I have one, and I think I may have mentioned it to you, Chris, and it's the 2+2+3.
Yes.
So I had a conversation with Assemblymember Soria,
Yep.
and we'd like to be able to discuss this pathway to be a lawyer, which through community colleges, 2 years plus 2 years plus 3 years. And will you coordinate that? So
We will,
can talk about
yeah.
it?
We will. They sent us an MOU, and it will be my goal to have someone present to you at the May or June board meeting
Okay.
and get you the MOU for approval as well.
Okay.
I think it's something we can easily pull off. Yeah,
Yeah.
you bet.
That's my area of expertise, and there's certainly needs. So if I can help, I will. Okay, good.
Thank you.
All right, so 14, there's no need for a second closed session. So at this time, we will adjourn.